Okay, so we're going to look at how to handle variations now, and there's a few different options here. So I've got a quote number 47 in the demo system, which has got a few hours against particular tasks. So I'm going to issue and accept this quote, and it'll turn it into a job. So it's now job 58 with the details here, and I'll just save it for the moment. So we've got a job in the system, and we can do some work against that job. So there's 50 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours. If I go into financial, I can see my quoted amount here, just under 12,000. So let's say now that we've done some work on this job, I'll just go and put some, I haven't got staff selected, that's okay, I'll leave that for the moment. So we've now got a variation to this job. Now there's two different ways of handling variations. The first, and I won't even take you through the workflow because it's that easy, is just to create new quote and new job. This is if you want to keep everything separate. So you want a separate job with separate information. The alternative is if we go into financial, we've got this quote number 47 with this amount here. If I go new quote, what that will do is it will effectively open up that previous quote that we had, so with the full amount of money here, and I can make some changes. So let's say, for example, we've added another task. So we'll add another task for, let's do project management. So another 10 hours, additional project management. And I would probably label this variation just to make it easy to spot for any of your staff. So then if I save it, you'll see the label comes up as an area here, and it's added that amount to our total. So we don't have to do anything to get rid of these billable items or anything. It will just amend it into the quote. And then if I issue and accept this quote, or obviously print it if you need to send off the copy to the customer, then back in the job, we've now got the additionals including the variation. If I go into financial, we've got the original quote accepted, and then we've got the new quote accepted. Finally, one last query that people ask then, if I go to progress invoice, and I say we're going to invoice the quoted amount, we've obviously got the full quoted amount here, but if I want to, I can just untick these items and then just bill for that variation if I need to. So that's one query we have. Although it puts the variation into the same quote or job, you can still bill it separately. The only other thing to note is if you've already got the task, so let's say you've got design for 10 hours and you want another 10 hours, you could just change this 10 to 20 when you revise the quote, but I would probably suggest that you add the design task again, label it variation, and keep it 10 hours just so that you can see it's additional, and also so that your staff, when they work on that job, you can see whether they're working on the original scope or the variation scope. So then if we look at this invoice, just to give you an example, this is just our demo, then we're just invoicing for the variation for the total amount. So hopefully that gives a bit of an overview of the couple of ways to deal with it. Personally, I prefer bundling it within the same job if you can, but if you need to keep all of the costs and tasks completely separate, then it'll simply be a new job.